of Fox Sports.
We are Blackburn. We are Minnesota.
Simply put, it's time for the Minnesota Twins to start winning some ball games. They're 12-24 on the year. They need to start winning series, and to do that, they need to win today and tomorrow. You look at the American League Central standings, the Indians are already rained out for today, so a chance for the Twins to get back to within 11 games of the red-hot Cleveland Indians. And in the American League East, the Blue Jays starting to climb up the standings, 5 games behind the first-place Tampa Bay Rays. Got a cool day here at Target Field, but it looks like we'll get started on time. We hope for uninterrupted baseball. And along with the Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven, I'm Dick Bramer. Beating the Toronto Blue Jays here at Target Field. Well, that's been kind of a problem for the Twins.
Well, it really has. The Toronto Blue Jays, we know that they can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Well, you know, so far this year here at Target Field, the last 2 years, look at the pitcher's ERA for the Twins at 5.2, 11 home runs allowed, and of course, even last year, the Twins did not score a lot of runs against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, you're a big proponent of the fact that Nick Blackburn is just about unbeatable in the month of May, aren't you?
Well, he's 11-3 lifetime in the month of May. So, Blackie, you got to do exactly what he did in his last start in Fenway Park. Go right at the hitters. And Nick Blackburn, hopefully, will have a very solid start here this afternoon.
Now, Blackburn's been very good in his last couple of starts. He'd like some run support. Twins hoping to provide him with some and getting this series even at a game apiece. So Nick Blackburn making the start for the Twins, and he'll have to deal with Jose Bautista. We'll break down his swing when we come back. Is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
Welcome back to blustery Target Field. We're just moments away from the Blue Jays and the Twins with Ron Coomer. I'm Kevin Gord. Jose Bautista, the right fielder for the Toronto Blue Jays, batting .365 last night. Hit a couple of bombs. One just went foul. The other was his 12th home run of the season. This guy can absolutely smoke it.
Well, we're going to take a peek at his swing and why he's so successful. This is set up, and you look at the weight transfer back. His back toe kind of pigeon-toed. He's looking to hook, Kevin. Now, as you roll the tape and you look at his swing starting to go, great transfer of weight, and you look at where he's hitting the ball. You see his weight transfer going forward, hitting against the stiff front side and his front toe staying somewhat closed, head down in contact. There's contact in a baseball, and here's the result. Whack! Line drive out of the ballpark with an unbelievable finish and turn with his back turning. This is another one with the high leg kick. Unbelievable weight transfer going into the ball. You see that his back toe just barely off the ground. Head stays down again, hitting against the stiff front side. The result of this one, about a 450-foot home run last night. Great turn again. And the other thing for such a powerful guy, great balance, as you see right there with his feet.
Twins have to face that monster today. Nick Blackburn is the man that toes the rubber. Dick and Bert take you through first pitch. Toronto and Minnesota next.
It's a cool, misty mid-afternoon here, and the Twins hope to even the series at a game apiece, and incredibly hope to break a long losing streak at home. And the Menards boot in a batting order for the Toronto Blue Jays. Yunel Escobar leading off, Corey Patterson hitting second, Jose Bautista, Juan Rivera, Aaron Hill, JP Arancibia, Edwin Encarnacion, John McDonald, and Rajai Davis.
Yeah, Dick, you're right. I mean, last year the Twins were 53-28 here at Target Field. Right now they're 4-8. Well, let's take a look at a scouting report on Nick Blackburn making his 100th career start. And Blackie making his 8th start of the year. He's been mixing up his pitch as well, meaning that he's not going to strike out a lot of guys. He gets a lot of ground ball outs when he's on. And the Twins' only win this year came in Toronto in Game 3. Blackburn started that ball game, and the Twins beat the Toronto Blue Jays 4-3.
And Escobar to get things started. First pitch tapped to short. Plouffe has a play. And an errant throw, and Escobar will reach on an infield hit.
You have to be ready right there. It should be an error on Trevor Plouffe.
I'm guessing they're going to go hit. That's just my guess. At any rate, it's a play that should have been made, and it should have been the first out of the inning.
Well, Blackburn, again, a guy that's not going to strike out a lot of guys. 20 strikeouts in 41 innings. He's walked 16.
You're right. Error 6.
Yep. That play's got to be made right off the get-go. You have to be ready to play the game.
And so here's Corey Patterson with Escobar at first. Bunted in the air, and that's going to be a tough play. Rivera quickly to Hughes, who made a nice grab as the runner was right in front of him. So a sacrifice getting Escobar to second.
But just like that, 2 pitches in the ball game, the little things, and that's what the Toronto Blue Jays tried to do right there, and they did it. Moving the runner from first to second.
Here's the Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Young, Span, and Kadire across the outfield. Valencia, Plouffe, Hughes, and Morneau across the infield. We've already seen Rene Rivera make a play for the first out of the inning. Runner at second, 1 down, and here's Jose Bautista. Dirt dug out by Rivera. Bautista hit home run number 12 on the year at the end of a long at bat against Joe Nathan.
Well, if you didn't see the pregame, I like what Ron Gardenhire said, how to type, what the pitchers need to do a little bit more of, and that's pitch a little bit more aggressively inside. Control both sides of the plate. See how Blackburn goes about Bautista, who is 2 for 6 off of him. There's a good sinking fastball down and in.
Now that ball looked from up here like it went right down the stripe, the front stripe of the batter's box. It was that far inside that Bautista was looking to jerk one down the line.
Well, I think Ron Coomer did a great job of displaying on the telestrator what Bautista's looking for and what he's trying to do when he's up at the plate. That pitch and toe, the right foot in the back, basically saying, you know what, go ahead and throw me inside because I'm going to open up as quick as possible and try to jerk that ball over the left field fence. So if you go in, go way in.
That gets by Rivera, and that will allow Escobar to go to third. So a pitch in the dirt, and Rivera got some of it, but not enough of it. So 3-1 the count to Bautista with Rivera on deck. And they rule pass ball or wild pitch yet. It's wild pitch. So, and they have changed Escobar's reaching first now to a hit, which is what I suspected they might.
That play's got to be made. To me, Plouffe just goes over to his left, and if he sets and makes a good throw, he's out.
He's kind of slung the ball over there. 3-2 to Bautista, and a pop-up in foul ground, and Valencia will not have room. Wind blowing in from the right field pole to the left field pole, and that might have helped push it out of play.
Let's take a look where this 3-2 pitch is, and Blackburn running that ball in on Bautista. Look at that. That ball's 6 inches inside, and Bautista's still opening up, saying, you know what, I can still get the barrel of the bat out.
And as you said last night, if he doesn't foul that pitch off, it hits him in the ribs.
Right.
3-2 to Bautista. Rocketed to Valencia, who throws low, and a run will score. And the fans not happy with the start of this game, and you can't blame them. So the first charged error of the inning, allowing the run to score.
That should be the second error right there. Plenty of time to make a good throw, and Justin unable to, he knocks that ball down, but Valencia making just his third error of the year at third. But the Blue Jays do take a 1-0 lead.
Here's Rivera. So Blackburn has gotten the Blue Jays to put a bunt down for the only out. He should be out of the inning with 2 ground balls to the left side of the infield. And he misses ball 1. Rivera drove in the first run of the game last night with a single. For Valencia, his 3rd error, the team's 24th. And the runner goes, and Rivera is thrown. Now they've got him in a rundown. And there's the tag. So Bautista went halfway and stopped for the 2nd out. Caught stealing. And the count 1-1 to Rivera.
Yeah, I think he realized right there he didn't get the quick good footing. Maybe a hit and run put on, but Bautista does stop halfway in the rundown. Going 4-3-4. So it goes 2-4-3-4 as far as the put out of Bautista.
He probably saw Rajay Davis get picked off and survive a Twins rundown on opening day and figured he'd try the same thing. Foul back. 1-2. And a strikeout ends the inning. A rather untidy one for the Twins as they give a run to the Blue Jays in the first. Run because of the Valencia error, and the Twins will try to make up for a quick 1-0 deficit with this Menards batting order. Denard Span followed by Trevor Plouffe, Jason Kubel, Justin Morneau, Delman Young, Michael Cuddyer, Danny Valencia, Luke Hughes, and Rene Rivera.
On the mound, JoJo Reyes making his 8th start, looking for his first win, well, for a long time, since 2008. 25 starts without a win for this left-hander. And is making his first career appearance against the Twins.
And Denard Span will lead things off. And a first pitch strike. Technically, officially, Reyes has not won a ball game since June 13th of 08.
Yeah, beat the Angels where he grew up. He grew up in Southern California, beat the Angels 5-2 in Anaheim back on June 13th, 2008.
Cooper says strike 2, and it's quickly 0-2 to Span. And missing the outside corner.
Scouting report on Reyes: a fastball between 88 and 92, a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Came over from the Atlanta Brave organization.
2-2.
Reyes making his 8th start. 36 innings pitched, 45 hits allowed, 11 walks, 24 strikeouts. Given up only 2 home runs. He's hit 5 batters.
And Span was up there with an 0-2 count, and as he does so often, he's worked the count full. Trying to get aboard. Blue Jays got an infield single to start their first inning. And there's ball 4, so he never did throw strike 3. After getting ahead, Span never swung the bat and ends up at first base. The Northland Ford defense for Toronto. Corey Patterson in left. Rajai Davis in center. Juan Rivera in right. McDonald, Escobar, Hill. David Cooper getting the start at first. And then J.P. Arancibia behind the plate. I don't know what's going to happen here. The guy may throw a no-hitter, but you see that. You've just been given a 1-0 run, and the leadoff batter ends up at first base, and he never did move the bat from his shoulder. There's strike 1 to Trevor Plouffe.
Let's hope the Twins can take advantage of that.
Not too many Twins got a hit last night. Plouffe got one. A little roller up the third baseline. There's a good bunt. If it stays in the grass, it's a hit. Trevor Plouffe drops down a bunt, and the Twins have runners at first and second with nobody out.
John McDonald playing back. Trevor Plouffe laying down a perfect bunt. Watch this ball just kind of hug the grass right there. Even though it does go on the dirt area, it's not rolling quick enough. Arancibia, all he has to do is pick it up. And the Twins have runners at first and second with nobody out. Yeah, ball, if it's rolling a little quicker, it may roll foul, but it stays fair.
Well, here's Jason Kubel. Had a tough night last night against a tough pitcher, Ricky Romero. Reyes is left-handed, and that's where the similarity ends. He's struggled to win ball games. Romero, at least against the Twins, looks like at some point he might be a Cy Young candidate. He's pitched very well against Minnesota.
Yeah, again, Reyes has never faced the Twins. He's coming off a pretty good outing in his last start against the Tigers, where he worked 7 innings, gave up gave up 5 earned runs, 1 home run.
There's a strike, 1-1.
I looked at that wrong, so it wasn't all that good. 5 earned runs. I saw the 1. I thought that's pretty good. Well, that one was a home run.
In thinking about Romero's night last night, and he, obviously handcuffed the Twins lineup, but I was really impressed. He seemed to pitch his best against Minnesota's best hitter, and that to me is a sign of an ace pitcher bearing down against, in this case, the one guy who could really hurt you, Jason Kubel. 1-1. You look up and down this Twins lineup, and yes, Morneau's a former league MVP, but he's struggling right now. Delman Young right off the disabled list, and some other guys that are scuffling. But Kubel's the one guy that's been consistent, and it seemed like there was a little extra of Romero exhibited last night in the Kubel at bats.
Hey, he made some very good pitches against Kubel. I agree.
1-2.
That's what Toronto needs. But last night, really the Twins had Carl Pavano on the mound. He's their ace. And then also for the Toronto Blue Jays, Ricky Romero. He is their ace.
1-2 to Kubel. Twins with a chance to at least get the game tied up here in the first. First and second, nobody out. Kubel will be followed by Morneau. And he got him with a breaking ball. Kubel strikes out 1-1.
Looks like a hard slider right there. And Reyes picks up a big strikeout, his 25th of the year in 37 innings pitched.
Ooh.
It's almost the same pitch that Romero struck Kubel out last night. That hard slider, good location.
Well, here's a Morneau at bat with a chance to do some damage. A walk and a bunt single. And the table's been set. We'll see if the middle guys can drive in a run or two or three. There's a pickoff to second, and Span gets back.
Reyes, 26 years old, signed by the Braves, a number two pick back in 2003 out of Southern California.
There's a strike on the outside corner. Now, when Morneau came up yesterday with the bases empty, the Blue Jays put on an exaggerated shift, pulling 3 infielders over to the right side, and here with men on base, they've got a more conventional approach. Justin's lone hit was to left field last night. Snap back. Ouch. And the ball thrown away, and that'll allow the Twins to score the run. Morneau will reach. Plouffe to third, and Span comes in, and we're tied at 1.
Got David Cooper at first base. He has to field the ball. It's up to the pitcher, Reyes, to get over there. And I think Cooper tried to lead him a little bit too far. Look at this. That's getting in the kitchen right there. On a cold day, Cooper leading him, but to throw a little high off the tip of the glove of Reyes. And on the play, you see Span hustling over to third. He just keeps going, and the game is tied at 1 apiece.
Sometimes you see splinters. I think I saw sawdust here. Look at that. Absolutely pulverized the bat. So Morneau will get credit for an infield hit. No run batted in. And here's Delman Young. Fouled back. And Twins baseball this afternoon brought to you in Sony High Definition. So nothing's left the infield, but the Twins have the tying run on, and first and third and 1 away.
Yeah, they gave the error to Cooper at first base, allowing Span to score from third, and also from Trevor Plouffe to go from second to third.
That missed the inside corner, not by much. 1-1. Second game back for Young. Got a base hit in the 9th inning last night. A single. One and two. That's to right center. And Davis retreating. The ball nearly sailed over his head. Plouffe will tag and score. The Twins take a 2-1 lead on a sacrifice fly from Delman Young.
Yeah, Delman driving in his 7th run. So these are the little things the Twins need to continue to do. The runner at third, 1 out. Find a way to drive him in. Delman, who drove in 112 last year, just off the disable list, picks up his first RBI. You know, we saw it in last night's ball game, Dick, that ball that Patterson hit to Denard Span early in the ball game. Span went back, and then the ball just kept drifting from him. Ball down in the strike zone, and Delman Young driving in Plouffe. Twins take a 2-1 lead.
Last night, Ricky Romero in the Kadire at bat seems like in every at bat threw that cutter over the inside corner. So what does Reyes do? He hits the outside corner with a pitch to get ahead of him. 0-1. And missing outside again. 1-1. Two and 1. There's Young, who golfed a sacrifice fly to center field to put the Twins up 2-1. Kadire taps it foul. Twins shut out last night for the 4th time, but off the air you had an interesting thought. Just seems like it's been 12 shutouts this year. It was just the 4th one for the Twins.
Yeah, Twins have not put a lot of runs on the board, so every 3-2, 2-1 loss seems like they've been shut out.
Yeah, Kadire's called out on strikes. The Twins get a walk, a bunt single, a busted bat single, a sacrifice fly, and lead it 2-1.
brought to you by Pentair. Well, it's a 2-1 Twins lead. Neither team ripped the cover off the ball in that first inning, but we got 3 runs on the board. 1 for them, 2 for us.
Yeah, an error by the Twins. Really should be 2 errors by the Twins and 1 error by the Toronto Blue Jays in that first inning.
Nevertheless, Blackburn has a lead. Aaron Hill, J.P. Arancibia, and David Cooper will face him here in the second inning. And Blackburn misses low, ball 1. Pulled foul. Blackburn, uncharacteristically for him in his last 3 starts, has issued 11 walks in 16 and a third innings. A very high number. But what he has said, not to defend himself, but he said he's been missing consistently low. And not that you want to walk people, but if you're a sinker baller, it's better that you're missing low than high.
Right, and he said, you know what, he's not, he feels he's just missing by an inch or 2. He's not that far off. He's not all over the place.
2-2 to Aaron Hill.
Blackburn making his 4th career start against the Blue Jays. 1 win, 2 losses.
That's hit well to left center. Span back toward the gap. Makes the catch. 1 away. Pretty well hit ball. First ball to leave the infield. And it almost made it to the gap.
Well, Denard Span covers a lot of ground out here, and you have to have a center fielder that has the cat-like instincts like Denard Span. A ball down in the strike zone. Span using all that room out in left center, right center to flag that ball down. Right, concentration right there by Span.
I'm not a physics guy. I took 1 class in high school. That was about it. But what you just saw there was a pitch that was low and out of the strike zone. It would seem almost impossible to be able to leverage a ball like that out of the ballpark. But if you leave it up like that, and you've got a tie ball game. Arancibia hits his 6th home run of the year, and it's 2 apiece.
This Toronto Blue Jay ball club, 257 home runs last year. Right now, this is game number 39. That's their 40th home run. Arancibia 6th. Now, see that when you're talking getting that ball up, and that ball kind of rolled right back into the swing of Arancibia, that uppercut swing, and the game is tied.
You see his back foot? It was up in the air.
That's the way Ron Coomer used to hit.
Watch his back foot. There's so much for Ron Coomer when he's talking about hitting. He's talking about a foundation and all that. What kind of a foundation can you have when your back foot is up in the air?
Well, there have been some guys through the years that can hit the ball a long way. Mike Schmidt really comes to mind, of a guy who, what you're doing is you're trying to hit against the stiff front side, and that's where your power comes from. And occasionally, if you really get to the front side, your back foot comes off the ground. Frank Thomas did that a lot too. But when you leave a ball up like that, a guy's body comes a little more alive than normal, and sometimes those balls end up a long way.
3-1 to David Cooper, and there's a walk by Blackburn with a pitch again low.
They're going to see this pitch being up, guys, and you're going to see him hit against a stiff front leg there. It collapses in, and because of the weight transfer going into the ball, his back foot comes up off the ground. But with all these guys, they look to hook the baseball, and they also hit. They're very aggressive. They hook, but they also hit against the stiff front leg, and they're extremely aggressive to the left field, looking to hit the ball and pull like that one right there.
McDonald to left in the ballpark, and Young makes the catch, out number 2. Well, what we just saw Arancibia do was about as close as I've ever seen to a hitter actually swinging out of his shoes. It's just that the shoe came with it. 2 down. Here's Rajai Davis. Blackburn hits the outside corner.
Bert, I got a question for you.
Yes,
in watching this game and knowing the power that the Toronto Blue Jays have, I said in the pregame show how important it was going to be for Blackie to be able to throw his fastball where he wants, but then to keep these guys off balance, you have to be able to command some kind of off-speed pitch to get them off of their speed of the fastball, because they're really hitting off the fastball and looking to hook it. If he can command his changeup, that's going to make it a lot tougher on these Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, he's throwing a couple breaking balls right here, so that's also used as a changeup as the curveball. That looked like a changeup right there at 81 miles an hour.
And that's set up because he made some good pitches early. To me, when you're looking at a team that's really aggressive and looking to hook, the back and forth is as important as anything else in pitching.
Just like that.
Blackburn ends a second inning as he did the first inning with a swinging strikeout. But an Arancibia home run ties the game at 2.
I'm Marnie Gellner. Delman Young was back in the Minnesota lineup yesterday, and the Twins are hoping Jim Thome will join him soon. Thome's in Florida working on his rehab, and Ron Gardenhire's anxious to have his big hitter back.
I still wouldn't mind having Jim Thome coming off the bench, pinch hit, even if it's in interleague, rather than some of the young kid options. So if he's ready, he's ready. We'll bring him.
That is our Sanford health report, and Gardy said Jim Thome called him today and said that he is feeling great. And the hope is that Thome will join the Twins sometime on this upcoming road trip whenever he's ready. And we're getting to the point, Dick and Bert, where the injured guys are starting to trickle back into the Minnesota lineup, so that's a good sign.
Very good sign.
Thank you, Marnie. Valencia takes a strike 2-1 on what Ron Gardenhire referenced was the series on the next road trip in Arizona. Obviously, a National League team will be playing by National League rules. There won't be a designated hitter. But Ron Gardenhire would still like the option of not starting Thome because there's no place to start him, having him available off the bench.
I mean, you look at the Twins bench right now, there really isn't any power whatsoever. So, if you're the opposing manager late in the ball game, you look over there and you see a bunch of singles hitters.
That'll die in left field, and Valencia's aboard with a leadoff single.
Jojo Reyes, not a bad pitch, out over the plate. And Valencia just hitting this ball into short left center. Twins get their third hit of the ball game.
And the first one that left the infield. Here's Luke Hughes. Well, to your point, Ron Gardenhire's point about having Thome available to him, just remember last night, Twins were trying to get somebody on base in the ninth inning. Hughes taps it foul. And in Ron Gardenhire's mind, the best option against a nasty left-handed pitcher was a left-handed singles hitter, Ben Revere, who had a total of 16 at-bats this year. Valencia at first. Nobody out. And that clips the corner. 2 strikes. Sliced foul.
Well, I mentioned in my scouting report about Reyes that, he's 25 starts without a win. Well, over his last 25 starts, he is 0-12 with his ERA of 6.91.
That's not very good.
That's not good.
And that's hooked down the line. Foul by about 3 feet.
Yeah, that breaking ball right there really didn't have any bite to it. It just kind of rolled over the plate and allowed Hughes to get the barrel of the bat out, but the ball just hooking foul. Ball landing in foul territory about 4 or 5 feet.
2 strikes to Luke Hughes. And now ball 1. Back at the inside corner, and Hughes is called out on strikes.
And the 3rd strikeout for Reyes. Going inside.
That's exactly right. He went inside, and it was called on the inside corner. Here's Rene Rivera looking for his first hit as a
But again,
Twin.
when your catcher's sitting inside and you hit that glove, Eric Cooper, most umpires will give you the benefit of the doubt, maybe a couple inches. So, you hit the glove, you make that plate expand a little bit.
Valencia looking across at Steve Little. And the Twins have a play on here with Rivera at the plate. Up high, ball 1. Rivera 0 for 9 with 4 strikeouts. He has walked a couple of times.
Rivera again, he has some major league hits, those coming with the Seattle Mariners in 2004 to 2006. Big swing right there.
And even though he didn't hit the ball hard, it was just a foul tip. The switch was made because of swings like that. Steve Holm was the backup catcher for a while, and Holm wasn't hitting much and wasn't hitting for any power. He never has. Rivera does have a little pop in his bat, and that's why the switch was made.
Yeah, he's got 3 major league home runs and 150 major league at bats coming into this season with the Twins.
1-1 to Rene Rivera. And Reyes misses. It's 2-1. Ron Coomer, Reyes a little deliberate in his delivery to the plate.
Well, he is, and to me, just in watching, I was no base stealer, but you always wanted to pay attention. To me, his move to first base is very below average, and when you see his leg kick right here, he's very slow to home and gives a base runner 2 totally different looks, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. And Jerry White is just talking to Danny about that just a couple pitches ago, I'm sure, because of the move to first was absolutely nothing. They wanted to see it again. Expect the Twins to start doing something if Reyes stays in the ballgame.
That'll reach the seats, 3-2.
Yeah, Valencia at first base. He has 2 stolen bases in 4 attempts. Twins on the year, they've stolen only 17 bases. They've been caught 4 times.
Obviously, right here with a 3-2 count and 1 out, it'd be a great time to go.
Yep.
The one thing you don't want to do is get picked off, but Reyes is so deliberate to home, and his move is so different coming to first base. Danny should get a good jump.
He stays put, and the pitch hit hard to center field. Davis with the catch. So Rivera hit it fairly hard into the wind, and it's out number 2. Saturday, May 28th, the UEFA Champions League final comes to Fox with a rematch of the 2009 final as Barcelona looks for their third championship in 6 years, while Manchester United looks to avenge their 09 defeat and claim their second title in 4 years. Fox Sports exclusive coverage of the Champions League final begins Saturday, May 28th at 1 o'clock Central. Here's Span, and a tapper up the line, and that'll roll foul. So Span did a little nubber, and he nearly got an infield hit because of it. Drew a walk, scored a run in the first.
That ball stays on the grass stick. It may, it still allows Aaron Sebia to catch up to that ball. Watch this ball right here. Remember Trevor Plouffe's bunt? That stayed on the grass right there. You can see the spin of the ball, and that's going to roll foul.
Right there. So 1 strike to Span. That's headed up the middle, and it skips into center. Span with a base hit. Valencia to second. First and second with 2 away. So Span has reached both times against Reyes.
Good swing right there by Span. And Span, again, a hitter that allows that ball to get deep into his strike zone, and then he hit it right back up the middle. So quick wrist by Denard Span. It's funny, we showed Batista how he wants to get the ball out front, and then you have Span that wants that ball to get deeper into the strike zone so he can use his wrist and get base hits like that.
Span would prefer to hit it out of the catcher's mitt. Here's Plouffe, a bunt single his first time up, and a run scored, and he takes ball 1. Close pitch, taking ball 2. And here comes the pitching coach to talk to Reyes.
This right here would be a good time to take a little page out of the Toronto hitting style and look for a fastball in and look to hook it down into the corner or hit it in the left field seats. It looks like Reyes at times has had a tough time locating his fastball away, but as we saw earlier this inning, he's been able to come in. To me, if you're watching that, it's a good time to look to hook one right now.
Yeah, Bruce Walton, the pitching coach, and a quick trip to the mound.
2-0 to Plouffe. Twins hoping to regain the lead. They led 2-1 after 1. Bouncer to third. And going to the bag is McDonald to end the inning. Twins get a couple of hits. Strand 2. And we're tied at 2 after 2. by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. And you're viewing trout fishing in the scenic Whitewater State Park in southeastern Minnesota, featuring several of the state's top fly fishing streams. Brooks, Browns, rainbow trout, 2,700 Whitewater State Park in the Minnesota's Bluff Country, 7 miles north of St. Charles. And it says lack of mosquitoes is one of the reasons for its popularity.
You have your fishing tie on.
Yes, I do. Here's a base hit to center field. Escobar starts the third and takes a big turn at first, but will hustle back. So a leadoff single. Well, yes, in honor of the Walleye and Northern opener, I had to wear my fishing tie today. And we hope that everyone has been safe out there, that somehow you've managed to stay warm and dry, and that you've caught a few walleyes or northerns today.
Well, breaking ball right there. Good piece of hitting by Escobar. Gets his second hit. First real hit. Still, I think that error should have been charged on Plouffe in the first inning.
Well,
not.
I'm thinking Aaron Sevia's hit was a real hit.
Yes, that was a real hit.
That was a real hit.
I meant Escobar's first real hit.
Oh, his first hit, yes. Here's a swing and a miss. And a foul ball as Rivera has the ball roll back toward the backstop. Patterson laid down a bunt when the game was scoreless in the first inning. And here he swings on the first pitch and taps it foul. Morneau. Plouffe. Morneau. Safe at first on a close play. Nearly got the 3-6-3, but Patterson flying down the line out of that left-handed batter's box just beat it out.
Yeah, Patterson, very good speed. This is a bang-bang play at first base, but Justin, look how quick he got that ball, threw it right over the bag. Plouffe's redelay throw, and Patterson just beats it out.
A potentially significant fielder's choice given who the next hitter is. With a man on base, Bautista will take his swings. He had a hard ground ball to Valencia, but Valencia threw low to Morneau, and the Blue Jays had a first inning run. And Blackburn misses in the first offering, 1-0. Little pop-up jam pitch. And Hughes with the catch out, number 2. That'll bring up Juan Rivera. The Twins open their next homestand against the Mariners May 23rd. And it's a Schweigert $1 a dog Monday. The first 20,000 Schweigert dogs will be sold for $1. Tickets are available for the game on the 23rd, so call 833-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com right now. The Maple Leaf here with the Blue Jays making their only trip to Minnesota. In fact, after tomorrow's game, these two teams are done with one another. Inside a ball.
Let's take a look at the last pitch right here. Blackburn to Bautista. Ron Coomer, he got into the kitchen right here. Again, Bautista, look at that. That ball's maybe a foot inside, and still Bautista, he opening up.
See, Burden, to me, he is opening up, and that's a great thing for a young kid to watch, because when you got a really good hitter up there, especially someone that's looking to hook the ball, as the hitter, the toughest thing for me, and when we talk about back and forth, it's the change of speed from hard to soft. And right there, obviously Bautista not looking for something hard, looking for something soft, and got beat by the two-seamer from Blackburn.
1-0 to Rivera.
Yeah, keep an eye on Patterson. He stole a base in last night's ball game. 6 stolen bases in 10 attempts. And you mentioned it last night, Dick, that John Farrell and the Toronto Blue Jays are trying to bring in some guys like Davis and Patterson, get a little more speed in their lineup.
Obviously, they have the power, and if they can add another dimension to the lineup. Blackburn maybe sensing that Patterson was skittering off of first base, just stepped off the rubber.
Bert, when you have 2 outs and a guy like Rivera who's dangerous at the plate, Patterson's messing with Blackburn. But to me, as an infielder, I'm looking at Rivera and going, he's the dangerous guy. If Patterson steals second, so what? Let's get the third out and keep our concentration at home plate.
I agree. But, you know, what you want Patterson to do is just make him stop. But he's kind of dancing back and forth. There's a quick pitch almost right there. Patterson was just starting to get off first base.
2-0.
Yeah, you start concentrating on him as he's dancing, and all of a sudden you make a bad pitch, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
There goes Patterson, and the pitch fouled away, 2-1. Long hold this time. Patterson goes. Pitch tap foul. So now 2-2.
And this ball right here, foul ball, got a piece of Rivera.
That to me another good pitch. Blackburn's made some great pitches, and he's pitched back and forth. You know, where you see a lot of foul balls and little, you know, chinkers hit down around home plate, and that to me means Blackie's doing a good job with the back and forth or changing speeds to keep him off his speed.
And he comes inside, and he's ended all 3 innings so far with a swinging strikeout. And we're tied at 2. Ball game. Kubel struck out in the first inning when the Twins got their 2 run. And there's ball 1. Kubel, Morneau, and Young facing JoJo Reyes. We'll mention it again. Reyes hasn't won a ball game since the middle of June of 08. You can see the rain, mist falling again here. At least I think you can. We have a high def TV up here. I can see it in high definition. One and 1. And now 2-1. Three and 1. And this is where Morneau has been so good. He's worked the count, gotten himself into favorable counts. Here a pop-up left side. McDonald with the wind pushing it back toward home plate. Makes the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Morneau. And with the bases empty, now the Blue Jays will go into the shift. The third baseman actually shifts over to the first base side of second base, leaving the shortstop in a more conventional spot.
Yeah, Escobar staying where no shortstops usually play. John McDonald, a third baseman, goes over to second base, and Hill out in short right field.
First pitch taken for a strike. Morneau had his bat pulverized, but he got an infield hit, and on the play, on the error following the hit, the Twins scored a run to tie the game. 2 strikes. One and 2. Tigers leading the Royals 3-0 in the third. Oakland leading Chicago 2-0 in the third on the West Coast. Indians have been rained out already today. 2-2 just off the plate.
There's so many clubs just pitching Justin away.
And he strikes out for out number 2.
And that pitch away. And Reyes picks up strikeout number 4 in the ball game. Watch Justin open up right here. Pitch outer half of the plate. You can see it just doesn't look like he's just going into the ball. Just opening up very quickly and having a tough time with that good fastball outer half of the plate.
Delman Young takes ball 1. Young driving a pitch below the knees to deep center field for a sacrifice fly in the first. Another one to center. And Davis is there for the catch. And Reyes has his first 1-2-3 inning. Jim Klinger.
Come on, get it up, Jim. Let's go.
Daughter Stephanie works on our TV crew.
Patrick Klinger with the Minnesota Twins, related to Jim Klinger. There's Patrick and family.
We go to the fourth in a tie game, and ball 1 to Aaron Hill. Hill lined out to Denard Span, hit the ball hard to left center field, and Span made a nice running catch right in front of Aaron Sebia's long home run. And at the knees now, 1-1.
Aaron Hill just activated on May 8th off the disabled list. Was put on a DL with the right hamstring injury. Yet to hit a home run. Hit 26 last year, 36 in 2009.
Fouled over toward the end of his dugout. 1-2. Hill went through a few years ago with Justin Morneau's gone through recovery from a concussion. 1-2. Hill, Arancibia, and Cooper for the Jays here in the fourth. 2-2.
Well, Blackburn 46 pitches, 29 have been strikes, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, given up a couple runs, 1 earned run on 3 hits.
And Hill strikes out, and for whatever reason, Blackburn's racking up a few of those here this afternoon.
You know what, I mentioned that in the open, I think Nick Blackburn pitched his best game of the year. Good sink on that pitch right there in his last start against the Boston Red Sox.
Here's a question from our carsoup.com/baseball file. Ashley from Richfield wondering, Bird, what home run hitter did you hate to face?
Well, Ron Kittle with the Chicago White Sox was back then a pretty good home run hitter. He hit the most home runs against me, 9 in my career. So I guess it would be Ron Kittle.
So is he going to be in Cooperstown then? Swing and a miss by Aaron Sebia, 1-1.
We see Ron Kittle when we play the Chicago White Sox.
Actually, I saw him when you were in Cooperstown taking your time off. He was there for the 2-game series the Twins had when they beat the White Sox both games. That remains the only Twins series win so far this year. They've not won a series at home. They've already determined that they won't have a winning homestand after this one. Here's another one. Deep to left.
Foul.
And foul. I mean, you look at the schedule, and we've had, 3 homestands now.
Well, didn't we?
And we haven't had a winning homestand yet.
No, not yet. We beat Cleveland in those 2 ball games, did we not?
Yes, but that's true. That's true. Yes, I beg your pardon. But that was part of a. Then Tampa Bay came in and won the next 3, so we still haven't had a winning homestand.
Ruin that.
And Aaron Sebia hits a long foul and then takes a called 3rd strike.
Strikeout number 5, 3 in a row for Nick Blackburn. You see the movement on that. Started outer half of the plate, and then Aaron Sebia gave up on it. And it clipped the corner.
David Cooper with a walk, his first time up. The only walk issued by Blackburn so far. And called strike. One and one.
Cooper, 24 years old, just called up by the Blue Jays the end of April.
Fly ball left field. Young back a few steps. Only ball put in play is caught. And Blackburn now has set down 6 men in a row.
baby girl. And Twin fans, go to foxsportnorth.com and click on the Circle Me Bert to submit an email on why your sign should be signed on an upcoming home game and have a chance to visit us up in the booth. We'll reveal 2 of the sections the morning before each game. One will be listed on foxsportnorth.com and the other on KFAN.com. And I think we have Kelly in the booth.
How'd she get here so fast?
Good, she's quick.
1-0 to Michael Kadire. He'll be followed by Danny Valencia and Luke Hughes. The Twins sending up 3 right-handed batters here, at least 3. Kadire lifts it foul. Out of play, it's 1-1.
Now, Kelly, you're up here. You're 8 months pregnant, and your little daughter just got circled. Congratulations, and it's going to be a good month, she said. Congratulations to you and your husband.
1-1 to Kadire, and a little bit low, 2-1. Kadire called out on strikes in the first inning when the Twins scored a couple of runs. It ended the inning. The Twins got a couple of hits, but no runs in the second. Kadire takes inside. 3-1. Twins got a leadoff walk in the first. Turned it into a couple of runs. A leadoff single in the second. And now a full count to Kadire.
Yeah, 5 3-ball counts for Reyes. Just 1 walk in a ball game with 4 strikeouts. 62 pitches.
And Kadire puts the barrel of the bat on it and singles to center field. So a leadoff hit, 3rd time in 4 innings now that the Twins have their leadoff man on, and that'll bring up Valencia.
Well, Twins get their 5th hit of the ball game. Kadire going out and hitting this ball right back up the middle. So the Twins can get Kadire to score.
Valencia singled to center his first time up, got as far as second base. And the first pitch over a strike. Sevilla framing it, got the call. There's another one, a busted bat. That'll skip into center, and Kadire will check in at second. Cold day here. It's no fun getting jammed, and some Twins hitters, Morneau and now Valencia, really gotten sawn off.
Yeah, I think it's the second time that Danny Valencia, both his hits, just kind of got jammed a little bit. His first one in the short left center, and this one here, you can hear the bat maybe breaking right there, but it's another hit for Danny Valencia.
Number 8 batter Luke Hughes will hit. He was called out on strikes in the second. Twins with 6 hits, and probably don't need me to tell you this, all 6 hits have been singles.
Well, Blue Jays looking for the possible bunt.
And Hughes to center field. Davis is there to catch the line drive, on away. Might have been the hardest hit ball of the inning, but it's a first pitch out, 1 down for Rene Rivera. And the bunt probably, certainly would have been put on if someone other than Rivera or number 9 hitter would do it.
You know what? I mean, but still, I think you have to take that chance, and hopefully Rivera can at least hit a sacrifice fly. You know, Gardy letting Hughes swing away right there because Rivera is 0 for 10 so far.
Hit a fly ball to center his first time up. Starting the inning with a pair of singles, hoping to retake the lead. They had a brief 2-1 lead a couple innings ago. Down and away, ball 1. Rivera hitless. He's walked a couple of times in 12 plate appearances. Drifts up high, 2-0. Now, usually when we have guests up in the booth, they're good for a run or 2 or 3.
So Kelly, let's go, Chris. Let's go. We need some runs.
See the rain falling here at Target Field.
I should get a pitch to hit right here. Let's see if he can pick up his first hit and RBI in a Twins uniform.
Popped up. And in foul ground, Cooper squeezes it out, number 2. That'll bring up Denard Span, and he is the subject of our window concept, window of opportunity.
Well, he's had some pretty good numbers against the Blue Jays so far this year, 7 for 15.
And the Twins are going to need a 2-out hit here to get something out of the rally they started with 2 singles. I guess you can't call it a rally, can you, unless they pay it off with some runs scored. Span walked and scored in the first, singled in the second. And a strike on the outside corner. Wow, a delayed call, but strike 2. Eric Cooper hesitated and then came up with the right arm. 2 strikes.
Yeah, both fastballs down and away.
He had Span 0-2 in the first inning and ended up walking him. Bounce left side, go to second, and they get the 4th play there to end the inning. So the inning starts with a pair of singles. The Twins leave 2 aboard, and we're still tied. And a light mist. It's not quite rain yet. Still think it's mist that's falling. Kind of a raw day here at Target Field with Ron Coomer, Marnie Gellner, Bert Blatov, and Dick Bramer. 2-2 as we go to the 5th, and John McDonald leads things off, and there's strike 1 from Nick Blackburn. We anticipate that it will be precipitating like this for a good little while yet. Nothing heavier than this. But we've been surprised before. We were saying before the last 2 homestands, is there a form of precipitation that we have not had? We've had rain, we've had mist. The other night we had hail, we've had snow, and I think you said sleet. We've not had sleet yet. And it feels like we're not too far away from that. Very chilly, damp day. Here's a 1-hopper to Plouffe. Over to Morneau, one away. Visit your local Lowe's to cast your MLB All-Star ballot and enter to win a trip to the All-Star game. Compliments of Scott's. I suppose if they had to pick a team right now, he certainly wouldn't be voted on, but Jason Kubel would be the Twins representative so far. That bunt with a lot of English on it will spin foul. Davis will come back with one strike. Second time through the order, and Blackburn has retired 7 men in a row.
Well, that little cutout right in front of home plate, that ball looked like it hit that grass and then just veered left. But Davis with his speed trying to get on. Blackburn's retired 7 straight. Take a look right here. It should hit that little cutout and then make a quick turn toward the foul line, and it goes foul. Yeah, our Parkinson's walk this morning. I know that when Gail and I got up there and were introduced, I said, you know what? I mean, it's raining, it's cold, but you know how much, you're out in the rain, but how these people are affected by Parkinson's, this is nothing. And again, we had almost over 900 people out there.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
to
awesome.
raise some good money. And right now, the count is over $60,000 and still counting on the donations to Parkinson's.
1-1 to Davis, and a called strike, 1-2. Important to keep Davis off the bases. He has 10 steals in his last 12 games. And he nearly pulled the trigger on a swing as Blackburn teased him with a breaking pitch.
Yeah, I think he's mixing his pitches up extremely well. Nick Blackburn has.
2-2. And a check swing. They'll appeal. Strike 3. Davis doesn't agree. The game ended last night. Michael Kadire on a check swing was called out by home plate umpire Jeff Kellogg.
A good sinking fastball down and in, and that's about where Kadire went last night. Let's take a look at some of the people that came out today. Dale and I's, we loan our name to this, but there's so many people that volunteer and are out there to raise some good money for Parkinson's.
Well, now how far did you actually walk yourself?
Well, Gail and I walked probably, I'm going to say 120 yards, something like that, to a bridge, and then we stopped and we thanked everybody for coming. We shook their hands and hugged the babies, and
I saw somebody carried a dog there. Did you pet the dog then too?
No.
Another bunt attempt, a strike taken, 1-1. I mean, and there's no competition, obviously. I mean, otherwise you would have walked your 120 yards, called a cab, and gotten ahead of everybody. And Escobar takes another one high and tight, 2-1.
6 strikeouts for Nick Blackburn so far in this ballgame. Not a strikeout pitcher. That matches a season high that he had against the Rays back here in April.
At the knees, 2-2. It's been fun to watch, and even Carl Pavano will tell you he struggled throwing strikes. Blackburn's strike percentage, not quite 2 for 1, but the closest we've seen in most games. There's a called third strike. And Blackburn has another 1-2-3 inning. He set down 9 men in a row.
Yep, that ties a career high for Blackburn in strikeouts.
brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. By AT&T. And by Comcast. Call Comcast Business Class at 800-391-3000 to turn your business into a fast business. First two batters to face Reyes back in the first inning, both scored. And now Plouffe bounces one left side. Backhanded by Escobar. And Plouffe will reach, and the ball skips into the camera well. It'll be a base hit for Plouffe. He'll go to second on the throw.
Yeah, Escobar had a little trouble getting that ball out of his glove, and then he heard his throw, and that ball skipped past Cooper at first base. So it'll be the second error of the ball game for the Blue Jays, allowing Plouffe to go from first to second. Hustling down that line. And then going into the camera well there.
Plouffe has a couple of infield hits. A bunt hit his first time up back in the first inning. And here's Jason Kubel. Just off the plate. Ball one. Not only is Kubel hitless in the series, he has not gotten the ball out of the infield. 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts, a pop-up, and 2 ground balls. And they've done a great job getting him and keeping him off balance.
They're throwing this breaking ball right here. Ricky Romero last night, good breaking balls. And that right there, a fastball that Kubel kind of pulled off of.
Outside, 2-1. Plouffe at second. Kubel trying to bring him in.
Or just move him over to third.
Pulled foul. 2-2.
Now that's a slower breaking ball right there. Kubel out front. Now he struck him out in the first inning on that good slider down and away. See if he goes back to that right here.
Morneau on deck.
Jojo Reyes with 4 strikeouts in the ball game.
2-2 to Kubel. Breaking pitch, and Kubel just laid off. 3-2.
That's almost the same pitch that struck him out in the first inning. This time Kubel took it. And the count 3-2.
Bouncer right side, and Kubel will be retired. And Plouffe moves up to third.
What a productive out right there.
You can get involved in our broadcast and let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name. The short code 234-234. Blackburn with a good start. Valencia with a couple of hits. And Morneau can win some votes here if he can get a base hit through a drawn-in infield. Instead of a shift, the Blue Jays bring the infield in here with Plouffe at third. Strike one.
Going again, they keep pounding him with that fastball away.
Two strikes. Morneau's strikeout in the third inning, just his 20th of the year, but he's in a tough spot here. 0-2 with Plouffe at third. Did he check? They'll appeal. 1-2.
Went to that hard breaking ball. Just unable to hold up. Kellogg, the third base umpire, said he did.
Off the plate, 2-2. John Farrell, first year as manager of the Jays, former Boston pitching coach. 2-2 to Morneau. Did miss by much. It's a full count. And Delman Young on deck.
All 5 pitches, outer half of the plate.
And Morneau will be thrown out at first after the strikeout. 2 down. So pitch down and away. Looked like it was ball 4, but Morneau on a half swing is rung up.
Yeah, it looked like a slider right there. Justin way out front. And Aaron Sevilla making sure.
Our Family Brands family section is back this year for just $23, beginning at $23. You can get a ticket in the family section, Schweigert hot dog and a Pepsi. If you want to sit in the Our Family Brands section, call 800-33-TWINS or go to twinsbaseball.com. Here's Delman Young. Popped up toward the seats and back in there. Well, this is a big at bat now for Delman Young. The Twins started the 4th inning with a pair of singles, didn't score. Started the 5th inning with a base hit and an error. Runner at second, nobody out, and the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. And it's up to Young to get Plouffe in from third. 1 strike. Left the pitch up, and Delman waited on it, but fouled it back.
Yeah, change up, left up right there. You know, when you're playing good, Dick, Delman Young gets a hit right here. You know, they just pick each other up. Yeah. Twins have just not been able to do that much this year.
Another one left up and fouled back. Young drove in the second run in the 1st inning with a fly ball to center. Hit another one there in the 3rd. Need a hit here to get Plouffe in from third. Wild pitch would work anything. Twins trying to get the lead here in the 5th. Oh, and 2. Get the sense Delman's not going to walk here.
He does not. He does not want the catcher to catch the ball.
And Reyes again on 0-2. Got in. So the Twins squander another opportunity. After getting Plouffe to second with nobody out, we're still tied at 2.
And cooling systems forecast with the Blue Jays at the Twins. 3rd game of the series actually turning out sunny, but it is still cool. First pitch temperature right around 61.
And the temperature seems to be dropping here this afternoon. Usually increases as the day wears along. To the 6th, tied at 2. The Twins have squandered a couple of great scoring opportunities. And all the while, Nick Blackburn pitching very, very well. 1 earned run, 1 unearned run, and he's retired 9 men in a row.
Yeah, tying a career high 7 strikeouts. So Blackie been throwing strikes, 69 pitches, 44 have been strikes.
Patterson takes a strike. It'll be Patterson, Bautista, and Rivera. A long way down the right field line. Boy, that was closer to the pole than I thought. That ball didn't have hardly any hook at all. It started down the line, and ordinarily you'd think, well, that's going to hook foul, but it nearly hit the foul pole.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good pitch, too, down in the strike zone. It's almost like a 3-iron shot.
Fly ball right field, and Kadire calls for it. 1 down here in the 6th. 10 in a row set down by Blackburn. And let's find Marty Gellner.
Well, Dick and Bert were in the Minnesota Lottery winner's circle with Todd from New Brighton, whose sign is weathering the storm, and so are you. And you told me, Todd, this is your first game this year, but last year you saw a memorable event from a game.
Oh, we did. We were out here on Labor Day, and we saw the shot off the flagpole by Tommy. It was awesome.
Was that the only game you went to last year?
It was. It was hard to get a ticket last year. You know, it was a pretty popular day, or place to be. It's a great field. Awesome out here.
Even in the rain?
Even in the rain. We're out here getting wet, but we're weathering the storm, baby.
$100 worth of scratch-off lottery tickets to you, Todd. Thanks. Dick and Bert, it's impressive the number of people that are just sitting out here through the drizzle, enjoying the ballpark.
Oh, thank you very much, Marty. And you are hereby circled.
1 and 2. Blankets, hoods. We've seen the rain ponchos out.
First time I've seen Bautista take like a defensive swing right there. Blackburn doing a great job of pitching him inside. He went away, and Bautista just kind of slapped it foul. Going back in again, and very good pitch right there.
2 and 2.
Make him move his feet. Watch Rivera now sits, looked like a breaking ball.
Valencia knocks it down. There's a good throw across the diamond, out number 2.
And 11 in a row retired by Nick Blackburn.
On just 77 pitches. And now Juan Rivera will hit. Rivera hasn't figured out Blackburn at all. He struck out twice against him. And Blackburn, for whatever reason, continues to pitch well in the month of May. Hook foul, 1 strike.
Blackburn in the month of May making his 19th start, 11 wins, only 3 losses in the month of May, with a 2.81 earned run average coming into this start.
Watching from the center field camera can be deceiving, although we've got a pure direct view behind the pitching rubber directly to home plate. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. But it sure seems from that center field shot as if Blackburn has some quick late movement on his fastball. Really good sink.
Yes. And he's mixing in his breaking ball, his changeup. He's been mixing it extremely well, all his pitches. Going inside.
And he has struck out Juan Rivera 3 times.
And a career 8 strikeouts for Nick Blackburn.
6 really strong innings for Blackburn. Sees the Twins and give him some runs. The Coors Light Freeze Can.
Well, Trevor Plouffe in the first inning laying down a perfect bunt down that third baseline. That put a couple of runners on. Twins scored 2 runs in the first inning. And that's been it. A 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Kadire singled his last time up the Frost Brewed Coors Light Freeze Can. Kadire, Valencia, and Hughes to hit. And there's a ball, 1-1. Well, the Twins have forced Reyes to pitch from the stretch virtually all game long. They've gotten the leadoff man on in 4 of the 5 innings and threatened to score a lot more than the 2 runs that they scored. 2-1. Kadire called out on strikes in the first, and then he led off the 4th with a single. Hit hard, but foul by 2 feet. Yeah, here are the Twins with 7 hits, and again they're all singles. And Kadire just made a bid for a double. Right off the end of the bat.
A little changeup right there at 80 miles an hour, and Kadire just got a piece of it. Reyes with 95 pitches in the ball game.
3-2. He walked the leadoff man and hasn't walked anybody since. Span drew a walk in the first inning. That'll reach the seats. No activity in the Toronto bullpen. Oakland has a 5-0 lead over Chicago. The White Sox having a pretty good West Coast road trip to get their season on track. Another one drilled, foul. And the Tigers came in here, won a couple of ball games. They're playing good baseball. They shut out Kansas City last night. They're shutting them out again tonight, or today. But the story in the American League Central, maybe in all of baseball, a great start by the Cleveland Indians. 9 times at home they've won a ball game in their last at bat. 9.
Yep, they are 15-4 at home, and you see the pitch count of JoJo Reyes.
Another 3-2 pitch coming to Kadire. This one belted to left. It's high, deep, and gone. A great at bat for Kadire, ending in home run number 4.
Wow, that brings this frozen crowd to its feet. They needed something to get them going a little bit. And high fives, hard high fives all around. Kadire hitting home run number 4 on the year. And the Twins take a 3-2 lead.
And it's our Coors Light cold hard blast.
A good battle right here. About 8-9 pitches. Finally, Kadire got a fastball, and he knew it.
About the longest I've ever seen him toss his bat. He nearly threw it all the way to the Twins dugout. Here's Valencia with a pair of hits. Bouncer to short, backhanded by Escobar. And Valencia retired 1 away. Sometimes over the course of a long at bat, you can tell from the foul balls that a hitter is going to make solid contact. And I don't know what we saw from Kadire's foul balls. He hit a couple of them right on the button, and then a couple of them right off the end of the bat.
Yeah, he hit the fastballs foul, and then he just kept the at-bats alive on the changeup. Remember, he fouled a couple off changeups, got another fastball, and puts the Twins up.
Here's Luke Hughes with 1 in and 1 out, and he takes strike 1. Hughes called out on strikes in the second, hit a fly ball to Davis in center his next time up. And a lazy fly ball to right field. And Bautista, an easy catch, out number 2. Click on the Fan Zone tab on the FoxSportsNorth.com homepage and win unbelievable prizes. You can log on now to win a Kent Herbeck autographed baseball or bat, courtesy of Carrier, or a 12-pack of Pepsi Max and 2 Twins hats. If you aren't a member, you can join. It's fast. It's free. There's a liner off the glove of the shortstop Escobar. It's all at the Fan Zone tab on FoxSportsNorth.com. A line drive, maybe the hardest ball Rivera's hit, but it was hit right to the glove of the shortstop, who didn't catch it.
Well, they give him a base hit right here, and good for Rivera. Picks up his first hit in a Twins uniform. He hit this ball sharply. Escobar goes over. Don't know if he lost sight of that ball right off the tip of his glove into left field.
How in the name of Abner Doubleday is that a base hit?
Oh, how's the hit by Escobar in the first inning, a base hit?
I mean, I'm happy for Rivera. He hit the ball as hard as you can hit it, but it was hit right at the shortstop. And now Span slashes one to left. And the Twins trying to put together a 2-out ambush on JoJo Reyes. And Plouffe will come to the plate.
Well, if you're JoJo Reyes and you have not won a ball game in 25 starts, after a while you would think that you start looking for innings like this that are going to happen, that you're not going to win again.
But now if he's taken out here, then his fate is sealed for today in terms of picking up a win. He can't possibly win. So the hit/error on the Rivera at bat, costly for Reyes, because it's one more start where he cannot pick up a win. And John Farrell making the move before Plouffe comes to the plate. Giving his team a chance to win, but ultimately taken out of the game behind in the ball game.
Well, Michael Kadire hit the home run, and he's leaving it with the score at 3-2. He does not have a chance to pick up a win. And Anthony Young, back in the 90s, he had 27 consecutive starts where he did not get a win.
Quest High Speed pitch brought to you by Quest High Speed.
Yeah, Reyes at 94, Blackburn, a lot of movement, mixing in his pitches at 93. Matt Keogh is the one of the longest streak without a win in a start. 28 major league starts. That's back in
Matt Keogh?
Matt Keogh, yeah.
Well, Jason Frazier comes out of the Toronto pen to try to keep this a one-run game.
Yeah, Frazier's been pitching very well over his last 8 1/3 innings. He has not allowed a run.
And he'll face Trevor Plouffe, who has a couple of infield hits. A bunt single in the first, and then a bouncer to short. Escobar couldn't make the play and threw it away. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, Frazier in his 8th season with the Toronto Blue Jays. 5'10", but a pretty good fastball in the low 90s, sweeping slider and a circle changeup.
And he's burned that outside corner twice to get Plouffe in an 0-2 hole. 6 hits, 16 at bats for Plouffe, including a pair here today. Gaudy batting average given the rest of the lineup for the Twins, but just 16 at bats and a .375 average. Nearly got it again. Cuddyer breaking the ice, literally, on this frigid Saturday afternoon. 3-2, the Twins have the lead. A couple of runners out there, and the Twins have left far too many scoring chances on the bases here today. Plouffe strikes out. Frazier strands 2. Cuddyer's 4th home run of the year. All 4 of them have been solo home runs, and this one gives the Twins a 3-2 lead. Greg Casino's story of the game with the Twins up a run.
Aaron Sevilla hitting a solo home run for the Blue Jays in the 2nd inning off of Nick Blackburn, but for the Twins, Michael Cuddyer hitting his solo home run. That gave the Twins a 3-2 lead. And Nick Blackburn mixed his pitches well. 8 strikeouts in a ball game, a career high for Blackburn with the 8 strikeouts. He's allowed only 3 hits, all 3 hits coming in the first 3 innings.
And you say he's mixing his pitch as well, and so what does he do? He gives Hill a breaking pitch on the first pitch and gets a foul ball and strike 1. Couple of shakeoffs.
Change up right there, missing low. Blackburn's retired 12 straight.
Again, a couple of shakeoffs. Tap foul. So he's thrown all 3 of his pitches in the first 3 pitches to Aaron Hill, and he's ahead 1-2. Missing with the sinker, 2-2. Last start, Blackburn pitched very well against the Red Sox. Twins ended up losing 2-1 in 10 innings. Bouncer to third, backhanded by Valencia. He made the play in Chicago, makes it here. He made it in the 7th inning in Chicago to keep Liriano's no-hitter intact, and almost the identical play here.
That's one thing we've seen from Danny Valencia. He can go to his right very well. Nice little play right there, and then showing off a good strong arm to get Hill, who was hustling down that line.
In Chicago, it was the 3rd out of the 7th inning. Here's our AT&T trivia. Who are the 2 Blue Jays to lead the American League in home runs? Oh, well, now wait a minute. Fred McGriff, did we even? We're not going to answer it, right? That was the question. We haven't seen it yet, right? Or did I miss something? Just the question.
That's just.
I was in a panic there. I thought I missed something, and we ran the question before, and we were going to answer it before you and I had a chance to give the incorrect answer.
I think we got all 3 right yesterday.
Yeah.
With,
we can take today off.
Yeah. We won't even mention Batista.
1-2. Aaron Sebia hit his 6th to tie the game in the 2nd inning. And now 2-2. So 91 pitches for Blackburn, 59 strikes, 32 balls. Again, approaching that 2-to-1 ratio that you look for. Fly ball to right. 14 in a row sent down by Blackburn. And that'll bring up David Cooper. Blue Jays would like to have Adam Lind play, but he's had some back issues for the last week and hasn't played. Was in the starting lineup yesterday, but then was scratched. And it's, I would guess, unlikely that he'll play tomorrow. And Blackburn hits the corner. Cooper's walked and hit a fly ball to left. His walk, by the way, the only one issued by Blackburn through 6 2/3 innings.
He just shot John Farrell right there with Lind out. He really only has 2 bench moves, one backup,
right.
Jose Molina, the backup catcher, and then Edwin Encarnacion. On the bench, they're carrying 13 pitchers.
One and two. Driven to right. Kadire over. Oh, what a diving catch by Kadire! His home run in the 6th put the Twins in front, and in the top of the 7th, a great diving catch to rob ahead. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica. The new Quest 5-year price lock promise. Visit quest.com/promise for details. Great catch by Michael Kadire to end the top of the 7th inning, keeping Blackburn's consecutive batter streak retired intact, if that makes any sense.
Yep, 15 straight retired by Blackburn.
And so Jason Kubel will lead off the Twins 7th. Jason really being pitched tough by the Blue Jays. He'll lead off the 7th, and then Justin Morneau and Delman Young. And ball one.
Yeah, Mark Sachinsky out of that bullpen, the only left-hander in that bullpen for the Blue Jays.
And Kubel to center. Gets a base hit. First time the Twins' third-place hitter's gotten the ball out of the infield. It's a sharp single to center to start the 7th. And that'll bring up Morneau.
The Twins get their 11th hit of the ball game.
A home run and 10 singles. Morneau busted his bat, but got a single in the first inning. Since then, a couple of swinging strikeouts.
Fastball pretty much right there, and Kubel gets that base hit.
Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier. Jammed in a foul ball, 1 strike. He just has not been able to drive the ball nearly like we've seen him as recently as a year ago at this time. A little fly ball, short right field, and Hill has a long run to get there in short right field, 1 down. And that'll bring up Delman Young. And with the left-handers Kubel and Morneau retired, John Farrell's going to make another pitching change. There's Pat Henkin, bullpen coach, and Octavio Dotel is going to come in for the Blue Jays. Twins leading by 1, trying to push across another run or 2 in the 7th. Latest on Vikings draft pick Christian Ponder. Tim Yoder talks with Ponder's former coach at Florida State, Jimbo Fisher, who defends some of the criticisms of the Viking top draft choice. Read it now at foxsportsnorth.com.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC. Octavio Dotel coming out of the bullpen. He started this season on a disabled list. Activated on April 8th. Good fastball, hard slider, and a very good changeup. Dotel making his 13th relief appearance. We saw a lot of them when he was with the Chicago White Sox in 2008 and 9.
Delman Young takes a strike on the outside corner. Delman with a sacrifice fly in the first. And a fly to center and strikeout to follow.
Yeah, right-handers hitting just 167 so far off of Dotel. 4 hits and 24 at-bats.
Fouled back. 2 strikes.
Dotel's pitched for a lot of different ball clubs. The Blue Jays, his 11th organization to pitch for at the major league level. There's the difference between righties and lefties.
And he gets Young to lunge at strike 3, 2 down.
A big sweeping slider right there. Ball out of the strike zone. Dotel picks up the second out.
Here's Cuddyer, had a great at bat, a long one against Jojo Reyes, ending in a home run into the left field seats to give the Twins their 3-2 lead. And after that, a great catch in the top of this inning. And strike 1. A sharp single to center led off the 4th for Cuddyer. That's to center, and that's down for a hit. Kubal's going to round second, but hold up there. So a 3-hit day for Cuddyer. Some good play in the outfield, and now Valencia comes up with 2 men aboard. Valencia has a pair of hits. Valencia with 2 singles and a ground ball to short. Backhanded by the catcher Arancibia, ball 1. Twins looking for just their 13th win of the year. A year ago at this time they had 22 wins. A little bit low, 2-0. Twins out hitting the Blue Jays 12-3. Each team has hit a solo home run. And now 3-0 with Luke Hughes on deck.
Casey Jansen warming up in the Toronto bullpen. Bullpen very, very good for the Blue Jays. Combined 2.95 earned run average.
Valencia had the green light, but he took it outside to fill the bases. So I think you like to see both those things. The manager giving Valencia a green light and the first full year player having the patience to take that pitch.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you get the green light, you want a ball middle in that you can drive somewhere. That pitch looked like it was a strike, but it's called a ball for ball 4.
There's a big spot for Luke Hughes. Strikeout and a couple of outfield flies. Lifted down the right field line, and Bautista, if he has room, does not have room. Tried to make the catch, and a fan may have kept him from making the catch, but he did it in the grandstand area, not on the field of play.
Yeah, Bautista not happy. He got over there, leaped, and the ball in the crowd. And fans have the right. I don't know even if he would have been able to catch that ball.
Never got his glove near the ball, I don't think.
Well, you see his arm hitting the wall. Well, he got over the wall, but he wouldn't have been able to catch that.
So 1 strike to Hughes. Up high and in, 1-1. Boy, a base hit to the outfield. To score a couple more would sure look good to the Twins right now. had some scoring opportunities and haven't cashed in today. Fouled, 1-2. Part of that, though, is what happens when almost every one of your hits is a single. It takes 3 of them to score a run.
Yeah, that got Aaron Sebia, the catcher, on his right hand. John Farrell's going to go out. That foul ball got the fingers of Aaron Sebia. On a cold day, ouch.
Most catchers, bring the hand back in unless it's a base stealing situation.
Right.
Oh, my, right up the thumb. Imagine closing a car door on your thumb. That must be what that would feel like.
Well, watch this right here. I'm going to hopefully show it in slow motion right here. Yes. Watch. A lot of catchers are told to put that hand behind, your back.
And then if it's a base stealing situation, they'll have the hand exposed a little bit to try to get the ball out of the glove and make a quicker throw. But that one looks like that could really hurt for a while. The season ticket limit of 25,000 has been reached for the 2nd straight year, but you can step into the on-deck circle and get exclusive benefits. Call 800-33-TWINS and talk to a representative. Get all the important details. You can also learn more about the on-deck circle at twinsbaseball.com. And Aaron Sebia says, let's go. Let's play.
Catchers are tough. Boy, think of, he's looking at his index finger, breaking a nail, too.
Sure.
The way that ball came straight back.
1-2 to Luke Hughes. Breaking ball left up high, 2-2.
Yeah, this is a big pitch right here. Now, Dotel got a strikeout of Delman Young on that slider down and away, but it was a ball. He tried a slider right there, left it up.
2-2 to Hughes. Got him.
On the slider.
Hughes leaves the bases full. The Twins come up empty again in the 7th.
A lot of strikes inside, but you have to pitch inside to get them out of the way. We're still working on Batista, not throwing him inside strikes. So today, hopefully, we'll keep it off the inside part of over the plate and inside off the plate, and then try to get him out of the way. If he's going to hit a homer, it should be to right field. There shouldn't be any to left field. We'll see.
Well, I couldn't agree anymore, and I think Nick Blackburn's done a great job of that here this afternoon, the way that he's gone about his business, working both sides of the plate. 15 straight retired by Nick Blackburn, starting his 8th inning of work.
He's gotten McDonald twice, once on a fly to left, once on a ground ball to short. He's delivered strike 1. Bouncer to short, hit right at Trevor Plouffe. Out number 2, or excuse me, out number 1, and that'll bring up Rajai Davis.
Well, Nick Blackburn making his 100th career start. He has 34 wins, 40 losses in his career. You know, coming into the ball game, his last 2 starts, 1 in Chicago, 1 in Boston, combined 13 innings, allowed only 2 earned runs. And he's carried that into this start here.
Plouffe has to set and get rid of it quickly, and he does! Remember the play on opening night, if you were watching. A very similar ground ball hit to Alexi Casilla, and Davis beat it out for a hit. And pretty much the same play, and this time Plouffe with his strong arm got him.
Good strong throw. Davis hustling down the line for the second out.
So good play by Trevor Plouffe, showing off a very strong arm for the second out.
17th straight retired by Blackburn.
And strike 1 on the outside corner. It's been fun to watch today. It really has. This will be his 100th pitch. He's thrown 67 strikes. One and one to Escobar. A couple of singles and a strikeout. Two and one. Just off the plate. 3 and one with Patterson on deck.
He's in a great groove. It seems when Rivera moves away, the ball is away. Now Rivera going inside, and the ball inside for a strike.
That's what's fun to watch.
Yep.
To see a catcher set up, move around a little bit, and the pitcher's right there.
Yeah, I mean, you asked Rivera after the ball game, he says, I like I'm catching in a rocking chair, just going left and right, and he's hitting my glove.
And a little nubber.
Wow.
And it'll die in the grass. Escobar has his 3rd hit.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. A swinging bunt.
And now with left-hander Glenn Perkins warming up, a decision for Ron Gardenhire here at 2 outs in the 8th inning.
Well, the streak of 17 straight retired by Blackburn ended right there. Nothing he could do about it.
Perkins and Capps warmed up. And Patterson will hit, and the Twins will let it ride with Blackburn here to see if he can complete 8 innings. Just off the outside corner, and this was a very important batter for Blackburn with Bautista on deck. Need to get the 3rd out here. To right center field. Span going back to the gap. Can't make the play, and it's going to tie the game. Rounding second. Patterson going to 3rd. And the Blue Jays have tied it. Span nearly made a circus catch on the warning track, but now we're tied at 3.
Span did everything he could to try to catch up this ball, to catch up to it, and leaped at the last second, hit right off the tip of his glove. And Corey Patterson, with an RBI triple, ties the game at 3. Hitting the ball sharply. Look at Span, all-out effort, but unable to make that catch right off the tip of his glove.
Bautista will be walked with the go-ahead run at 3rd and 2 away. Blackburn, who pitched so well, and his consecutive batter streak ended with a little nubber in front of Valencia. Now a rocket to the gap, and we're tied. Last year, Bautista walked 100 times and was intentionally walked only twice. Team's paying him a little bit more respect, but not that much. This is just his second intentional walk this year. AT&T trivia question. Bautista, obviously, and then I think Fred McGriff.
I'm going to go with Jesse Barfield.
Yes, you're right.
1986, he could swing that bat.
This is really frustrating for me to watch Nick Blackburn pitch the way that he's pitched here today, and he won't get a win because Ron Gardenhire is going to get a relief pitcher in to face Rivera. Blackburn pitching marvelously,
yes,
but we'll hope now for a no decision. Annual Kids in the City event coming up Thursday, May 26th at Target Center. Celebrate the accomplishments of the Boys and Girls Club youth by attending this family event with sports celebrities, college athletes, team mascots, and other special guests. Log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the Fox Sports North supports banner for details. The frustration isn't that Blackburn was taken out or that Capps was coming in. It's just the Twins have had so many opportunities to score more than the three. And now Capps is going to try to keep it at 3-3.
Well, it just shows you how hard sometimes it is to win a major league game. Matt Capps making his 16th appearance. 17 innings. 9 strikeouts. He is yet to walk a batter.
Rivera struck out swinging 3 times against Blackburn. And Capps starts him at the knees. Strike 1. One strike to Juan Rivera. Just missing the outside corner, 1-1. Twins, of course, had that big turnaround late in the game against Detroit the other day. And Jason Kubel hit the big 3-run home run. And then Capps hung a slider. And Johnny Peralta belted it out. They're trying to get the third out of the top of the 8th inning. 2-1. Jays had a 1-0 lead. Twins had a 2-1 lead, then a 3-2 lead. Now we're tied at 3. Two and two.
Good fastball right there at 92. Good spot down in the strike zone.
Capps trying to snuff out this 2-out rally. The Blue Jays have scored once to tie it. 2-2 to Rivera. He's got a piece.
Well, Caps has that fastball that'll run in a little bit on right-handers. Rivera got a piece of it. Keep this at bat going. All fastballs, I think, right here to Rivera. That's good slider. Also a very good changeup.
Another 2-2. Runner at first goes, and Rivera strikes out for the fourth time this afternoon. Caps gets the final out of the eighth, but the Blue Jays tie it up at 3.
Field, I'm Marnie Geller, and the Twins certainly hope we are in for a fantastic finish, but no matter how it ends, we will continue our coverage after the game with Quest Twins Live, including the Toyota postgame wrap. We will look at Nick Blackburn and his pitching performance today, which included a career-high 8 strikeouts, plus Michael Kadyr's contributions both offensively and defensively today, and as always, postgame reaction from the manager, Ron Gardenhire. It's all after the game. Dick and Bert.
Thank you very much, Marnie. Rene Rivera will be pinch hit for by Ben Revere against Casey Jen. Revere, then Span and Plouffe to try to retake the lead in the bottom of the eighth. I asked Ben the other day. I made mention, you'll look at Jansen and his numbers on the season. They're very good. Bert said the Blue Jays have a very good bullpen, 1-0. And I asked Revere whether he always has hit in the middle of the batter's box. Just about everybody else gets to the very back end of the batter's box. He stands squarely in the middle of it. And he said there's 2 reasons for it. 1-1. 2-1. 1, he's a bunter. That's part of his game. And by standing in the front of the box, he feels he's got a better, wider angle to bunt successfully rather than being a foot farther back. So that makes sense. I mean, I know that much about geometry. Here's a chopper. And the other one might come into play here. Oh, he's called out.
Wow.
That was his other reason for standing up 1 foot closer in the batter's box. His belief that it gives him that extra split-second burst to first base and to eliminate close calls like this and making safe calls rather than out calls.
Well, you put your head down and you hustle, and boy, Ben Rivera thought he was safe. Escobar, good strong throw. Wow. A bang play.
Here's Span with one gone in the eighth. Well, he did it right on cue because that's exactly what he was saying. He's a foot closer to first base, standing in the middle of the box and at the back end. And that
should have moved a little closer yet.
One strike to Span.
Was it John Lowenstein with Baltimore when he did the announcing there? There's so many bang plays at first base. John Lowenstein said, there's a way to eliminate that. If they just move the bag to 85 feet rather than 90, you wouldn't have all those bang plays.
Who needs replay?
He was a hitter. As a pitcher, I say move it to 95 feet.
2-1 to Span. Oh, it sure looked like Rivera beat that play to first. Span, a pair of hits and a walk. Back to the glove of the pitcher. And an easy second out. And that'll bring up Plouffe. So we've all been aware of what the injuries have done to the starting lineup. But again, what has it done to the Twins bench? When in back-to-back games, Ben Revere is coming off the bench to be your pinch hitter. He's only had a handful of major league at-bats, and he's a singles hitter. You just hope to get his speed aboard.
Right.
Not exactly what the Twins had in mind when they re-signed Jim Thome. 1-0 to Plouffe. Couple of hits. And the average up to 353. 1-1. Blue Jays got a run on the top of this inning after 2 were out. Now the Twins trying to get one back, needing Plouffe to at least get aboard here. One and one. And now 1-2. And then you think back to what if Revere had reached. You go Aaron Sebia last inning. I don't know if he's able to feel his fingertips yet after that foul tip. The Twins would love to force him to make some throws. 1-2. Plouffe got a piece of it.
Yeah, that slider left up right there by Jansen. Jansen, 29 years old. He missed all of the 2008 season because of shoulder surgery. Had a very solid year last year. Out of the bullpen. A slider, but it stayed on the same plane, and Plouffe fouling it off.
One and two. Two and two. And this is a guy that Jansen wants to get here with the dangerous left-handed hitter Jason Kubel on deck. And no left-handed answer out of the Toronto bullpen.
Yeah, Jays have already used their only left-hander.
That's hit to center, and Rajai Davis over a few steps to make the catch. We'll go to the ninth in a tie game, 3 apiece. 3-3 the score. Ninth inning coming up. Matt Capps will start the inning. He got out of the eighth inning by striking out Rivera. And now in the ninth, you'll face Hill, Aaron Sebia, and David Cooper. And Hill takes a strike. Oakland leading Chicago 6-2, bottom of the eighth. Kansas City has lost to Detroit 3-0. Tigers continue their roll. Bouncer left side. Plouffe has to charge. Firing on the run. Close play got him. Good play by Trevor Plouffe. Now the opening play of the game was not one that I don't think anyone in the Twins dugout liked. Plouffe just kind of slung the ball over to first. But he's made a couple of nice plays since.
Yeah, he really has. Maybe that woke him up a little bit. Here's Aaron Sebia. He put a home run in the second inning. That made it a 2-2 ball game. Aaron Sebia with his 6th home run of the year. That coming off of Blackburn. Blackburn pitched great for 7 2/3 innings.
Trying to untie the game, a swing and a miss.
Aaron Sebia with the 6 home runs. Tied for most in the American League for rookies.
Mark Trumbo, he's a first baseman, right? And he's going to get a chance to continue to play there with unbelievable bad news for Kendrys Morales, who needs a second ankle surgery. He's lost for this season, too, and all of it the result of a walk-off celebration at home plate. Half swing, and he stumbles across the plate, but succeeded in checking his swing. One and two. And Aaron Sebia is called out on strikes, and Capps has struck out 2 of the 3 men he's been asked to face.
Well, going inside, that's what Ron Gardenhire said, work both sides of the plate. And a pitcher's pitch down and in on knee height. First strike 3.
So 2 down, and here's David Cooper. Cooper with a walk and a couple of fly balls. He made a bid for a base hit, lining the ball to right field, and Kadire charging the ball made a belly flop and a nice catch to wrap up the 7th inning.
Yeah, Cooper again, a youngster, #1 pick by the Toronto Blue Jays in 2008 out of Cal State Fullerton.
Bouncer right side. Morneau waits. He'll go to the bag himself, and somebody can give the Twins a walk-off winner in the bottom of the ninth. Twins getting a couple in the first, and Kadyr's home run in the sixth.
Staying warm.
And it'll be Kubel, Morneau, and Young facing former teammate John Roush.
Yeah, Roush last year and a half with the Twins. Last year, 3-1, 59 relief appearances. Very good, 3.12 earned run average. Picked up some saves last year, 21 saves.
Roush started the year as the closer. He's been replaced by Frank Francisco, who was on the disabled list at the very beginning of the year. And Jason Kubel will lead things off for the Twins in the bottom of the ninth. The Twins have one walk-off win this year. Here's Kubel lifting a lazy fly to left. And Roush takes care of Kubel on one pitch. Danny Valencia with a base hit to right center field, walking off the Royals back in the first homestand of the year. So one away, and here's Morneau.
Numbers on John Roush: 5 for 6 in save opportunities in 14 2/3 innings. 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. Opponent's hitting just 173 off of Big John.
And the Twins have just a handful of at-bats against their former teammate. Morneau takes inside a ball. Now, we've seen throughout this series, it seems like throughout the month of May, teams pitching Morneau away, and now Roush comes in inside off the plate for ball one.
Yeah, here Aaron Sevilla sitting outside now.
2-0. As much as Justin has struggled, I don't think you'd want to make a mistake in the inner half of the plate, especially the way that he is swinging right now.
Right.
He's trying to pull, it appears. And the Blue Jays have a really exaggerated shift. Hook foul.
Watch out.
I don't know that I've seen a shift this exaggerated for David Ortiz or anybody else. You look at the right side, and there's no way the ball's going to get behind Cooper down the right field line. And look how the three infielders are bunched so closely together. Deep to right center field. Off the wall, and Morneau to second. And he's in with a double. And Justin making solid contact and clanging one off the scoreboard.
Yeah, ball left up right there. And Justin extending his arms. You see that ball not as much away as we have seen the fastballs. And Justin able to reach out and hit a long fly ball, a double. Davis playing the carom off the wall perfectly. But it's a one-out double for Justin Morneau. And a running run at second base for Justin, his 9th double of the year.
Morneau lifted for a pinch runner, Casilla, in the 9th. With Young and then Kadir, if need be, trying to get the hit to the outfield that'll win the ball game. 1 out. Young 0 for 3, drove in a run with a fly ball in the first. Fouled back.
Has Gelman taken a pitch yet today?
He did in his last at bat. He took ball 1 and then ended up striking out. And Roush knows that. He saw him from the Twins bullpen or dugout for a year and a half.
Gelman likes to swing.
0-2. Morneau with the double, now being pinch run for by Casilla. Two strikes. If Young gets a breaking ball off the plate, that's what struck him out in the 7th.
Yeah, Dotel struck him out on a slider, just like that.
And on 3 pitches, Young is gone. And that'll bring up Kadir, who's had some good moments here this afternoon.
Well, the slider right there, good movement. And Gelman goes out of his swing zone to strike out for the 2nd time in the game.
Kadir with 3 hits in his last 3 at-bats. He's made a nice diving catch in the outfield. Casilla with a big lead off of second base. High pop up right side. And Aaron Hill makes the catch. So we head to the 10th, tied at 3. Link's beef jerky all season long. Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side. Don't
wild
field it.
side.
Well, John McDonald will lead off for the Toronto Blue Jays as we begin the 10th, and he'll do so against Glenn Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins worked in yesterday's ball game. 1 shutout inning through 19 pitches, 12 for strikes. Good job by Matt Capps relieving Nick Blackburn in the 8th inning and striking out Rivera, and then a 1-2-3 ninth. There's Perkins then making his 18th relief appearance. 18 2/3 innings. Done a great job out of that bullpen.
Well, McDonald's 0 for 3. Rajai Davis is 0 for 3. Yunel Escobar would hit third this inning. And Ron Gardenhire going for the win in the 9th. Taking Justin Morneau out. So Luke Hughes is over at first. Alexi Casillas at second. One bench move available for the Twins, and that would be Matt Tolbert with Drew Butera catching after Rene Rivera was pinch hit for in the 8th.
Now there's Casillas at second. Luke Hughes moving over to first, like you mentioned, Dick. There's Luke Hughes.
1-1 to McDonald. 1-2. So you can tell Perkins is from here. A cold Saturday afternoon out there, short sleeves. 2-2.
Probably going to go ice fishing after this.
It is the fishing opener. Pop foul and out of play. Don't put the auger away.
Oh, what a grab. One-handed grab. Yeah. And did not even spill a drop. Take a look right here. Reaches up. Thank you very much.
And there's strike 3. McDonald.
He's out.
To avoid the tag, he looked like Robin Ventura rushing Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the bruises on his forehead coming back to the dugout. Watch McDonald right here. Right? If I'm Perkins, I'm getting out of the way. Where he's coming at me. He's coming at me. Get out of the way.
So 1 down, and here's Rajai Davis. Up high, ball 1. Davis has struck out twice and bounced to short. Plouffe made a nice play on him in the hole his last time up. 1-1. Two and one. Perkins working so quickly out there, and he's the embodiment of a pitcher just being free and easy right now. Fastball at 93, but it missed 3-1, and the Twins don't want to put Davis's speed at first.
Well, you want him to earn his way on right here. Pretty much down the middle of the plate.
Shaving the corner will work too. 3-2. The Twins having an extra inning game. Davis fouling it back to the screen. And the Twins 2-2 in extras. Did he go? No, and Davis is aboard with a 1-out walk. So a check swing striking out McDonald, but Davis is at first, and Perkins will have to be keeping a very close eye on.
High fastball, and Davis holding up.
I'll mention it again. Davis coming into the game with 10 steals in his last 12 games. So particularly on a day when the Blue Jays are struggling to get hits, even though there's a lefty on the mound, you'd expect Davis to try to steal here.
11 stolen bases on the year. And Perkins quick pitched him right there.
Escobar has 3 of the 5 Toronto hits. They've all been singles. There he goes, and the pitch lifted foul with Escobar trying to hit the ball behind the runner. Davis wincing a little bit. Remember, he sprained his ankle against the Twins on opening day and ended up on the disabled list. If you have any joint issues at all in cold weather, it's got to make it worse, and I think that's one of the reasons, honestly, the Tigers put Maglio Ordonez on the disabled list. 1-1. Grounded to short. They can get 2 here. And Perkins pitches a clean 10th inning and covers up the walk. And again, the Twins have a chance to get a walk-off winner in the 10th. On the leads here, and we are tied. And we'll go to the bottom of the 10th, bottom third of the Twins lineup. Danny Valencia, Luke Hughes, and then Drew Butera will hit against John Roush.
Yeah, Roush starting his second inning of relief. 6 pitchers used here this afternoon by John Farrell and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Valencia has reached 3 times, a pair of singles and a walk. Outside, ball one. He's got a one-out double from Morneau. And couldn't advance him after that with Roush striking out Young and getting Kadire to pop up on the first pitch. That hit the inside corner, 1-1. '37th game for the Twins. 37th game for Danny Valencia. And he has the only walk-off hit for the Twins this year. Bouncer left side. Picked up by McDonald. And Valencia retired, one away. And that'll bring up Luke Hughes.
You know, we haven't seen Kevin Slowey. We saw him a couple days ago get up and then sat back down. We don't know if Kevin Slowey is hurt a little bit or not.
Here's Hughes, 0 for 4. Couple of flyouts, couple of strikeouts, and his strikeout in the 7th really costly. With 2 outs, the bases loaded, a chance to break the game open. And a belt-high strike.
Good time to get your first hit right here, Luke.
Pulled foul, 2 strikes. And a bouncer foul to Steve Little. Roush part of a very deep bullpen that the Twins hoped would carry them through the postseason, but they never really got a chance to fully utilize that bullpen in the Yankee series. 2 strikes. High fly to center. Out number 2. And then a big part of that bullpen, of course, is gone for the Twins. Roush with Toronto, Matt Guerrero with the Dodgers. We saw Jesse Crain with the White Sox. Brian Fuentes with Oakland. And now Drew Butera. He entered the game defensively after Ben Revere pinch hit for Rene Rivera. Snap bat and a little fly to short center. Davis comes in to end the inning. And Roush has pitched 2 effective innings against the Twins and will go to the 11th. Jack Link's beef jerky all season long.
Those guys are nuts.
Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side. Now you're legitimately cold up here.
I'm
you?
cold.
Yeah.
They are not. Well, they're having a good time.
Well, Corey Patterson will lead off the 11th against Glenn Perkins, and then the Twins have warmed up Jim Hoey, and with the likes of Bautista, Rivera coming up next, Perkins might be asked to face just the lefty Patterson.
Well, it's Patterson because we're here because of the RBI triple off of Nick Blackburn in the 8th inning.
Glenn Perkins wants a tongue depressor or something to a mat to get his spikes cleared. It's been misting most of the game, and the mound a little gummed up. And here's one of the ball boys running something out to Perkins.
Yeah, they have that little mat in the in back of the mound, but sometimes that unable to get the dirt right off those cleats. There's that little mat.
There we go. So Patterson's triple just off the tip of Span's glove in center field tied the game at 3. And he'll lead off the 11th, and then Bautista and Rivera. And to center, a base hit. So now Patterson's aboard to start this 11th inning.
Well, now you have the speedy Patterson at first base, jumping on the first pitch, lining it into center field. And Ron Gardenhire coming out to the mound.
He had missed, and I think legitimately it's raining right now. And Perkins faced just 3 men on the 10th, but now he'll come out. And Jim Hoey coming into the game to face the power in this Toronto lineup. So a pitching change in the 11th, tied at 3. As you look at the game summary.
Well, a lot of scoring early. 1 run by the Blue Jays. And here in the 2nd inning, Aaron Sebia making a 2-2 ball game. Michael Kadire giving the Twins a 3-2 lead. Had a solo home run leading off the bottom of the 6th. But then Nick Blackburn, who had pitched a great ball game, Span gave a great effort. Just comes up a little short. Escobar scoring the tying run on the RBI triple by Patterson. Jim Hoey coming into the ball game. He worked in yesterday's ball game. 15 pitches, 10 for strikes in 1 shutout inning. And Kevin Slowey out in that bullpen. Don't really know why he has not been up or thrown or.
Yesterday he was warming up, was not brought into the game, and I don't think he's taken his jacket off today. Here's Bautista. Maybe he'll bunt. Ball 1. Bautista intentionally walked last time. Initially 0 for 3. The Twins have kept him in the infield so far.
Well, Jim Hoey with a good fastball and then that split finger. Keep an eye on Patterson at first.
There's the inside corner. See the target on the outside corner, but Hoey clipped the inside corner. You can see the rain coming down here. Deep to right. Kadire going back and gone. So Bautista does hit a home run to right field. And the Blue Jays take a 5-3 lead.
Home run number 13 on the year. Again, he hit 54 home runs last year. One to right field, and it was here at Target Field. So he does it again.
And Ron Gardenhire before the game said, look, we got to pitch this guy away. And if he hits a home run, make it to right field. They pitched him away, and he hit a home run to right field. So Bautista, one of just 4 players last year, right-handed batters, who hit an opposite field home run here. Hits another one in extra innings to put the Jays up by 2. Ball 1.
Well, Ron Coomer broke down his swing earlier, and Bautista right there. Ball left about belt high. Good solid swing. And he hits it into the right field bleachers.
And now 3-0 to the next batter, Juan Rivera, who has struck out 4 times swinging in the ball game. And a 4-pitch walk. And that'll bring up Aaron Hill. And this has been such a frustrating season for Ron Gardenhire.
Well, you keep waiting for it to turn around. It just hasn't.
Well, and again, I think we suggested earlier, you know, when the Jays tied the game in the 8th inning, it shouldn't have been a 3-2 game at that point anyway. There were so many opportunities early in the game to build a lead, expand on it. Ball 1, and now Hoey's delivered 5 in a row out of the strike zone. Hill 0 for 4. Off the plate, 2-0. Jose Mahara's just now beginning to get loose. And again, interesting that as the Twins get deeper and deeper into their bullpen, we wouldn't expect Nathan to be used. He threw too many pitches in last night's game. Burnett's pitched the last couple of games, and Slowey has just been out there idle. Nathan gave up a home run in the ball game last night to Bautista.
Yeah, and he threw 33 pitches.
Right. There's a belt high strike, 2-1. That's forlorn. That's a forlorn look by the manager. 3-1. Back-to-back walks, 1 strike. It was called at the belt. And Hoey all over the place now after the home run. And here's Aaron Sebia. Blackburn through 7 2/3 innings, walked just one man. There was an intentional walk in the 8th. Perkins walked a guy in the 10th, and now 2 here in the 11th, and Ron Gardenhire can't take anymore. So he's going to come out and make a change. Hoey facing 3 men. He doesn't retire any of them, giving up a 2-run home run and a pair of walks on 9 pitches afterwards. And so Maharis will pitch with Aaron Sebia coming to the plate with nobody out in the inning. Cutting through the bullpen again, trying to keep this game within reach in the 11th. 2 have scored, 2 are on, nobody out, and now it's Jose Maharis' turn.
You know, just looking, Dick, the last time that Kevin Slowey worked was that Saturday ball game we didn't televise. It was a big Fox game. He worked 4 1/3 innings, and he hasn't pitched since. And that puts a lot of added pressure on the other guys in the bullpen if you're not able to get up. Now, Maharis worked a couple days ago, worked just 1/3 of an inning. On Wednesday against the Tigers, he threw 12 pitches, 5 for strikes.
Ball 1 to Aaron Sebia. Aaron Sebia pulling a home run over the left field wall in the 2nd to tie the game at 2. And this one into the left field corner. It'll score at least one more. And in fact, Brian Butterfield's going to send the runner. It's a double. And Aaron Sebia makes it a 4-run lead.
Aaron Sebia with 3 RBIs now in the ball game with his 5th double of the year. Maharis fell behind and then just laid a fastball right in there, and Aaron Sebia pulling it right down that left field line. So the Blue Jays open up the ball game here in the top of the 11th inning with 4 runs so far. Aaron Sebia at second base.
So it's 7-3. And the fans who've sat through this chilly rain for most of the day, some have had enough. David Cooper is being hit for here by Edwin Encarnacion. And that's a base hit to left. And Encarnacion with a single. And the first six men have reached here in the 11th. And Maharis has given up 2 sound hits to the 2 batters he's faced.
Encarnacion reaching out, hitting it past Danny Valencia. Aaron Sebia holding up at third.
John McDonald will hit. Twins have to bring the infield in. They've already given up 4 runs here. They can't afford to fall any farther behind. Outside, ball 1. Two and 0. They'll appeal, but he didn't swing. The inning started with Patterson lining the first pitch from Glenn Perkins into center field. Then Hoey came up, gave up the opposite field home run, walked a couple of guys. Maharis came in, gave up a 2-run double and sharp single. And now a foul ball, 2-1. Two and 1 to John McDonald. That's hooked down the line. Foul. 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 3-2. And a walk loads the bases. Still nobody out.
Yeah, third walk of the inning by the Twins relievers.
And the call is going to be made. Well, no, Rick Anderson's going to go to the mound. I thought they were going to go to the phone and try to get somebody warmed up.
Well, Alex Burnett just getting loose.
Then again, conspicuous by his absence is Kevin Slowey. And the only thing we can guess, I suppose, is that he tried to warm up yesterday and something just didn't feel right.
Right. Yeah, we did see Kevin Slowey get up yesterday, and then he sat back down. But in today's game, you know, Dick, I mean, even though Nick Blackburn won 7 2/3 innings into the 8th inning, the bullpens are used so much. I mean, Toronto's carrying 13 pitchers. Right. You know, Twins carrying 12, but you need 7 guys out there that are healthy.
I'm going to say they're carrying 12, but in essence, if one guy's unavailable, now you're down to 11.
Right.
Bases loaded, infield in. Twins will try to get a force at home, and there's ball 1. Breaking ball. And it's 2-0. I remember Maharis throwing so many breaking balls up there. (3-0).
Now watching the velocity on Maharis too, it's 86, 87. He's usually, 89 to 92. You wonder if he's hurting a little bit.
Wow. Well, bases loaded, walk. 8 men have reached here in the 11th inning. None have been retired. Maharis has faced 4 men, hasn't retired a batter. There have been too many walks to the mound like this. And this game has just completely fallen apart for the Twins in the 11th inning. And Alex Burnett is going to try to get the Twins off the field. The ugliest.
Well, it started off with, Perkins got out of that 10th inning. Got the double play ball, gave up the base hit. And sad for Perkins. He left the ball game. His run scored. He's a pitcher of record. That's only the second run that Perkins has allowed this year. Jim Hoey came in, gave up that home run to Batista, then a couple walks. Baharis came in, gave up 2 straight hits, now a couple walks, and Alex Burnett, who worked in yesterday's ball game, he threw the 22 pitches, 13 strikes.
Escobar, the only Toronto batter who hasn't come to the plate here in the 11th inning. And Burnett starts him with a strike. Infield in, of course.
And the crowd that's left here.
You know what? I don't blame him.
Because of the strike.
I don't blame him.
Yep.
I do not blame him.
Wait till we get an out. Look at this.
And they'll come home and they'll get a force play. Nice play by Casilla. And so there's an out.
Yeah, Escobar getting jammed right there, the barrel of the bat. You can see being picked up by the bat boy. But a nice defensive play by Alexi Casilla, diving to his right. And on his knees throwing the ball to Butera for the force out at home.
And now Patterson has started this miserable 11th inning with a single to center. Will hit for the second time this inning. And it was his triple that tied the game in the 8th. Ball 1. To the left field corner, and Young's got a long run. He'll get there, tagging from third and scoring is John McDonald. And it's a 6-run inning.
Yeah, Patterson getting his second RBI of the ball game on the sacrifice fly.
And that'll bring up Bautista, who hit an opposite field home run his last time up.
Yeah, and then again, Jim Hoey taking a fastball the other way over the wall there. And that gave the Blue Jays a 5-3 lead. Now it's a 9-3 Blue Jay lead.
And there's strike 1.
And Drew Butera maybe getting crossed up right here, expecting maybe a breaking ball. And going back out to the mound to talk to Alex Burnett.
One strike. And Batista tried to follow up a 2-run home run this inning with a 3-run homer. Two strikes to Jose Batista. Fly ball, this one in the ballpark. And Alex Burnett throws strikes.
Good job by Alex Burnett.
Bases 3 men and gets the 3 outs in the 11th. Right now.
Well, the good thing about the Parkinson's walk, I just got an email from my wife. Over $81,000
congratulations.
earned today for the Parkinson's walk. Very, very nice. Thank you, everybody, for your donations toward Parkinson's.
Never know in this game. Twins have the top of the lineup due to hit here in the 11th against Sean Camp, but they've got an immense comeback task here in the bottom of the 11th.
Oh, Sean Camp, the 7th pitcher used by the Blue Jays here this afternoon, making his 17th appearance. Very good 2.50 ERA in 18 innings pitched. Just 4 walks, 2 intentional with 8 strikeouts.
Span a couple of hits, and he takes ball 1. Span, Plouffe, and Kubel, and then remember the Twins took Morneau out in the 9th inning. It'll be Casilla hitting 4th.
Well, Camp gives you that little bit of a sidearm delivery, good sinking fastball. The last pitch looked like a changeup, a slider. In his 4th season with the Toronto Blue Jays.
And past the pitcher. Hill with a nice pickup, and he throws Span out 1 away. You know, Ron Gardenhire knows his team, and he knows what he has available to him. And so as we move here through the 11th inning, and you wonder, well, now, what's the wisdom in pinch running for Morneau? He's simply trying to win the game in the 9th to avoid what has happened here in the 11th, knowing that the bullpen is thin. The longer this game goes, the more advantage the healthy team and the stronger lineup has. And so we've seen Gardy do some things like that we might not have seen in the past simply because his bench is so thin.
Remember, Dick, he did that in that Boston series in that 11-2 or 2-1 loss to the Boston Red Sox. Remember, he pinch ran for Jason Kubel in the 8th inning, and then Justin Morneau in the 11th to try to win the ball game. And Kemp picks up a strikeout, a quick strikeout of Trevor Plouffe for the second out. Well, it's frustrating, believe me. Nobody in baseball feels sorry for these guys. They have to pick it up and keep going hard. Big sweeping breaking ball.
Kubel's been held to a 1-for-9 series so far. Somebody having some fun in the Toronto dugout. And nobody having fun in the Twins dugout these days.
Well, Toronto's trying to do what every club tries to do, is get back to 500. With this win here this afternoon, they're 19-20. Twins will drop to 12-25, and it's going to be a long road to get back to that 500 mark. But it can be done. You have to keep the faith.
And a foul, 1-2.
There's Joe Mauer watching.
You're no Santana.
1-2 to Kubel. A little bit high. And it's 2-2. And a bouncer to the right side. Kubel retired, and the Blue Jays have clinched a series win. And the Twins drop another one, a season-high 7-game losing streak. And Kevin Gorg, Twins had a lead late in the ball game. And Nick Blackburn was pitching well, but by game's end, it goes to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, they get the swinging bunt, the base hit that starts the trouble, ties the game up. We'll break it all down. Blackburn career number 100, very good. Kadire hits a home.